I've lived in Pittsburgh my entire life. I'm from the Lawrenceville section of the city of Pittsburgh, which is geographically about 5 minutes from downtown. All right. I got into baseball, I think like every kid gets into baseball. I started playing at 5 years old in local league in my neighborhood. And, back then baseball was really the only sport in town. You played hockey and basketball almost pickup, but baseball was the sport you played. And I just stuck with the game ever since. I was fortunate enough to play in high school for a couple local coaching legends, and they kind of really stoked my interest and ambition to want to be a coach someday. And from there, I was fortunate enough to play baseball in junior college and at a 4-year school, Waynesburg University. And then just to have an opportunity to come out of there, and I started coaching locally, and it just blossomed from there. My coaching background is really a workman's path, so to speak. I started out just coaching a couple local teams. When I got done with college, I ran our local colt and pony simultaneously, and then an opportunity came to be a high school assistant, and I did that for a couple years, and then an opportunity opened up at the college level, and I took that opportunity and embraced it. Started out just as a recruiting coordinator and as the hitting coach, and just really fell in love with the college game and being with the guys and that culture and atmosphere that you can only get at the collegiate level. And from there, I had to take a little break. I went back to high school. My job had changed, but even by that point, I was still even more involved in coaching. I was probably coaching pretty much year-round, or as year-round as you can in Western Pennsylvania. And I actually thought I might stay at the high school level, but then an opportunity opened up when Chatham University started their baseball program, and the coach that was hired brought me in to give recruiting a kickstart, and I knew the lay of the land as far as Western PA went, the recruiting landscape and the coaching landscape. And I was just in the right place at the right time. As my time at Chatham was coming to an end, I got notified of an opportunity here at Penn State New Kensington, and I'm happy to say, I'm heading into really what's my third full season, and just like I said, it's been quite the journey. We definitely took steps last season. 2021, 2022 was a big year for us in the program. We were able to infuse the program with some good young talent who really battled and did well this past season. We showed that we can be competitive and that we could give the better teams in our conference, a tough time. We lost so many leads late. I can't even count them all, and it showed that we can compete. But yet, with the steps we took forward, still took some back. Our young pitching showed itself to be young. Our inexperience, especially later in games, came up, and we had to learn to work through that adversity. But all in all, it was positive steps forward, and where this program was to where it is today, it's unrecognizable, and that's a good thing. So 2021, 2022 was a big year for us, and it just gave us something to build on for 2022, 2023. The biggest thing we're looking for here at Penn State New Kensington out of a recruit is a guy that's going to come in with a good work ethic and an ability to get out of his comfort zone and learn. We know that the perception of the program is still one of, not being successful. And, so how we attract an athlete is really talking about our development and what we're going to do to get them better. But that's a two-way street. We need that young man to come in, and he's got to want to get better. He's going to want to stay in the weight room. He's got to want to look at how he does things and see if there's a better approach or at least some adjustments to be made. Then the next biggest thing we look for is someone who is going to be a worker in the classroom. We need kids that are come here that are going to be engaged in their learning, that are going to be own their academic achievement and really have future goals, and therefore are going to work hard to achieve those goals, the ones that are outside of the athletic field. So those are the biggest things we look in for. And from a personality standpoint, I look for guys just, who are charismatic guys, who want to build the college baseball culture and what that means, and just guys that are all in on what we're trying to do here at Penn State New Kensington. Our short-term goals, and we're very close to meeting them, is to just have our development cycle and our whole program structure really locked on, so that when a young man steps up foot on our campus, from that time in the fall to the time he leaves in the spring, he has a total comprehensive program helping him on the field, off the field, academically, socially, and I believe we're getting there. The coaching staff is really working hard to make sure that experience is a really good experience for our young men from the time they step foot in here in late August till the time they leave in early May. Long-term goals are the only goals we gotta get guys in here that are gonna win us a championship. My long-term goal is to beat Du Bois, to beat Mont Alto. That's the goal. It's been the goal from day one, and that will continue to be our goal. We need to compete with those teams. We need to supersede those teams if we're ever gonna, build the type of program that I want to have here at Penn State New Kensington.